Currently watching Animal Kingdom. Forgotten crime thriller classic, in my opinion. I'll talk about it here in a minute. I like this opening. I love the music. It's haunting. Okay, yeah, I really like that opening with the music and the montage or whatever you want to call it of the bank robbers. Um, so this is one of those movies that I feel like has been forgotten, kind of. Like, I rarely ever see it brought up. Like it's like it had a brief moment of fame, I believe. It got some Oscar nominations. Nothing big like Best Picture or anything like that. At least I don't think it did. But I got the box here with me. I'm not gonna be able to remember all these names. Jackie Weaver, she got nominated for Best Supporting Actress. She's great in the movie. She's like she has like this exterior of like, soft, loving mother, but beneath it, there's something clearly sinister about her. She's great in the movie. And yeah, I don't know what other nominations it got. Like, that could have been the only one. Maybe it got one for cinematography or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, who gives a fuck about the Oscars anyways? But my point is it had, a brief moment of fame, and then it just kind of faded off into nothing. Like, I don't even think it became a cult classic, really. Like, there was a TV show based on it, which I never watched. I never bothered watching. I have no idea if it's any good. But I don't know. I guess if it got a TV show, maybe some people do remember it. I don't know. All I know is I own it, and I think it's a pretty great movie. The movie opens with this kid sitting next to his mom, and she's passed out on the couch, and he's just sitting there, like, kind of blankly staring at the television set. And then some paramedics run in, and you find out that his mom's dead of a heroin overdose. And so he calls his aunt, I think. Like, she's some... I think she's supposed to... It's been a long time since I've seen it. I think she's like a distant relative or something. And she takes him in because he's still a kid. And she takes him into her family. And her family is like a gang of organized criminals. The cast is really fucking solid. I already talked about Jackie Weaver. She's great. Joel Edgerton is good in it. I've always liked Joel Edgerton, but he's only in the movie for like fucking 5-10 minutes at most. He has a very small part. Guy Pearce is in it. He's always good. The star of the movie, I think, is Ben Mendelsohn. Ben Mendelsohn is just one of those fucking... I don't know if you'd call him a character actor, but he's just fucking great in every single thing I've ever seen him in. And I don't know if I've ever seen him in a bad movie. He was in The Place Beyond the Pines. He had a pretty small role in that, but a memorable one. He was great in that movie. In this movie, I think he's actually the best. He's probably the most underrated part of the whole film. Well, spoilers. He's kind of an evil motherfucker. Great villain in it, though. Creepy. Just like his mommy. And, yeah. What I like about it is it's not like a lot of other crime thrillers. It's different. It feels more like I don't know what you'd call it, like a Greek tragedy. Is that the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel like a traditional crime thriller because the whole movie has like just this overwhelming sense of like doom and gloom to it. Like, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. It doesn't help that I haven't seen it in like over a year, but the weird thing about it is, and I don't know if this is a complaint, like a flaw necessarily, but you never get the feeling that this is like an organized crime family. Like they don't seem competent enough. Like, and it's never really clear what all they have their hand in. The movie never makes it clear. Like, you see shots of them, like right here, you see shots of them robbing a bank. Maybe they have their hands in drug deals. And the mother is supposed to be like the mastermind behind the whole thing. The matriarch, is that the word that I'm looking for? She's the matriarch of the family and she runs everything. I don't know. It's not really made clear how they operate. And they seem incompetent. Like too incompetent to be successful, organized criminals. But that might be the whole point. Like, I mean, the main point is we're watching this kid surrounded by this fucked up family, and we're seeing them through his eyes. So that's why I'm saying that might be intentional. Like what they do is vague. They could also, like, the movie isn't so much about them running a business, it's more about their downfall. Like, they start falling apart pretty quick. Spoilers. This whole video is going to be filled with spoilers. Like, when the kid enters the family, I think that is when their downward spiral begins. Maybe they were already in a downward spiral. They start falling apart, dropping like flies. Everything goes to shit. So yeah, that's an interesting aspect of the movie. Like, we don't get to see them, like, we don't get to see what they really do. It's more of like a family drama disguised as a crime thriller. It's different. That's why it's so hard to explain. But I think it's a really good movie. The only weak thing that I can think of is the I guess you would call him the protagonist, the kid. I don't know what his name is. He's just kind of there. Like, I don't know. He's just kind of a bland character. He doesn't say a whole lot. He's kind of quiet and weird, and I mean, you know, I suppose that's the whole point. The kid fucking obviously has seen some shit, but the performance is just He's really the only weak point of the movie. And like I said, it's kind of hard to believe that this family is a successful, organized crime family. Like, they seem incompetent. But, like I said earlier, that could be intentional because we're entering the story as their downward spiral begins. So, it's a really interesting movie. I highly recommend you check it out. Even if you don't like crime thrillers, this is not your standard traditional crime thriller. It's more of a family drama, but a fucking really good one. Somebody, somewhere on the box, somebody said the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. An Australian answer to Goodfellas. That was from Stephen Holden, the New York Times. That guy should be fired. This movie's absolutely nothing like Goodfellas. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. But yeah. I mean, I don't have a whole lot else to say. Ben Mendelsohn is fucking incredible in it. He's one of the most underrated actors out there. I love Ben Mendelsohn. And yeah, Jackie Weaver. All the supporting cast is good. I wouldn't say there's a single weak actor or performance in the entire film except the kid himself. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about it. I'm probably never going to watch the TV show. This isn't something that strikes me as... This doesn't seem like a story that would work as a serialized television show. Yeah, I'm never watching the TV show.